Okay, so today's lesson we're looking at simplifying quadratic formula. So we're just working on the simplifying part. So next class we'll actually look at more of solving the quadratic formula. But when you solve using quadratic formula, you're going to end up with answers kind of like these. So we want to first start by just simplifying an answer when you get it like this, okay? So the first thing I want you to notice is that this sign, it's a plus or minus, okay? So when you have a plus sign on top of a minus sign like this means plus or minus, so you have to do both. So this is really 10 plus 8 divided by 2, and also 10 minus 8 divided by 2. So you're gonna do both, okay? So 10 plus or minus 8 divided by 2 means you solve it once with plus and then once with minus, okay? So let's take a look at what that would mean. That would mean you have 10 plus 8 divided by 2, and then you also have 10 minus 8 divided by 2, okay? So let's look at it. 10 plus 8 gives you 18 divided by 2. 18 divided by 2 is 9. Okay, so that's one of your answers. And then you have 10 minus 8, which is 2 divided by 2, and 2 divided by 2 is 1. So there's your other answer. So your two answers you get from this are 9 and 1, okay? Then next, we have ones like this. Example 2, where you have 12 plus or minus 3i. Okay, we've talked about i's a little bit, your imaginary numbers, okay? Think of it just like an x. You cannot do 12 plus 3x, okay? If one doesn't have an x and one does, or one doesn't have an I and one does, you cannot combine those together, okay? When you're multiplying and dividing, you can, but just adding or subtracting, you cannot, okay? So this would be 12 plus 3i divided by 3, or 12 minus 3i divided by 3. Since you can't combine those, it's easier when you have an I just to leave it like this, okay? And just focus on seeing if you can simplify these two numbers with the number that's being divided. Meaning, are 12 and 3 both divisible by 3? Or can 12 over 3 and 3 over 3 both be simplified? And the answer is yes, okay? 12 divided by 3 is 4. And 3i divided by 3 is 1i, right? So we have 4 plus or minus 1i, or just I, okay? This is your answer. What this answer means is that 4 plus I is an answer, and 4 minus I is also an answer, okay? Instead of writing it both times, you can just leave it as plus or minus, and it means this, okay? Basically, the reason for that, let's see, is if I separated these like I did the other one, 12 plus 3i divided by 3 and 12 minus 3i divided by 3, you can't combine the top ones for either of these. So for both of them, all you can do is simplify, okay? So this would give you 4 plus I, and this would give you 4 minus I, okay? So when it has an I, all you're trying to do is just see if you can simplify the fractions. You don't actually need to split it up into 2, okay? But like with example 1, you can actually combine those. These are both just numbers, so it's easier to go ahead and combine them and then to simplify, okay? Let's take a look at example 3 and 4. All right, so for example 3, we have 10 plus or minus 4 divided by 3, okay? So we're gonna do 10 plus 4 divided by 3. So 10 plus 4 gives us 14 divided by 3. This fraction does not simplify, so you just leave your answer like this. And then we also have 10 minus 4 divided by 3. 10 minus 4 is 6, and 6 divided by 3 gives us 2. So those are our two answers, 14/3 and 2. Next example, we have an I, okay? I don't have to split these up into two separate equations or expressions like I did here. You can, but you don't have to. Really, you just need to focus on simplifying. Are 5 and 20 both divisible by 5? And the answer is yes. 5 divided by 5 is 1. Plus or minus 20i divided by 5 is 4i. So that is your answer, 1 plus or minus 4i. Okay, and then example 5. 12 plus or minus 4 divided by 2. We don't have any i's, so we can do 12 plus 4 divided by 2. And 12 minus 4 divided by 2. Okay, so we get 12 plus 4 is 16 divided by 2 gives us 8. And then we get 12 minus 4 is 8 divided by 2, which gives us 4. So those are our two answers. And last but not least, are 6 and 14 both divisible by 4? No, but they're all even numbers, okay? Which tells me that they all can simplify, okay? So if you were to simplify the fraction 6 over 4, sorry, it would simplify to 3 over 2. And if you simplify 14i over 4, it simplifies to 7i over 2. So this fraction is going to give us 3 over 2. And then this fraction is going to give us 7i over 2. So that would be our answer. Last one, because I forgot to do one like this. If we split this up, we have 2 plus 8 divided by 5, and then we also get 2 minus 8 divided by 5. Okay, so 2 plus 8 is 10. 10 over 5 gives us 2. 2 minus 8 would give us a negative 6 over 5. 6 over 5 does not simplify, so we leave our answer as negative 6/5. But it does matter. If you have a small number minus a larger number, then your answer is going to stay negative. Okay?